There once was a story about a man who could turn invisible. I thought it was only a story, until it happened to me.
You're safe. You're at the agency.
Hey everybody, welcome to the second episode of the Invisible Man Rewatch podcast. This week we are covering the episode of the Catevari. It is the second episode of the series and the introduction of the Keeper, played by Shannon Kenny, who will be joining us as our special guest this week to discuss this episode. And don't worry, Paul's going to stop by too. The Catevari, it's a bit of a dark episode. It has a lot of X-Files type feel to it. There is a lot of background information to be known and to learn. And it's a good one. According to IMDb, it is the lowest rated among the fans of episodes. But I think that you may look at it in a different light after you've heard some of the behind-the-scenes information. So without further ado, let's hear from our stars and about this episode. All right. Well, hey, everybody. Did everybody get a chance to watch this week's episode?
I did.
I don't think I have
Roku?
Yes, I don't think I have Roku.
Well, you look the same. Let me just say that.
I'd like to hear that.
Look amazing. I haven't seen Shannon in forever, so it's nice to see.
It's been a while.
Well,
Yeah.
Shannon, it's really, really great to have you here this week with us. Your first episode, the Catevari, and I think earlier Mike and I were discussing it, or he brought it to my attention, and I have it written down as well. You like to say the word mate a lot in this episode.
No, that was written in. It's weird. And I should have had the foresight to say something. But then I think this is what I remember, that I had auditioned with a British accent, and then they wrote that episode with me as an Australian. And I'm not sure if I even did it Australian or British, but in the end, I decided to do it British. But I feel like this episode, I might have tried to straddle the line between the two accents, and it just worked better British for me.
Did they change it? Oh, you mean?
No, but I still said mate. I was, how old were we? I wasn't at that point where I didn't question much. So I just kind of winged it, and I really should watch it because I'm not sure what my accent is in that episode, but it suddenly changed to British in the third one.
It's the first two scenes. You roll on that so many times. You're like, all right, mate, do you want this, mate? Like you say it like 7 times. It's crazy. And then you don't say it ever again. You'll never say it again.
No, no. Maybe I talked to somebody after that, but yeah, I agree. It's a little.
Are you sure they didn't change it because they knew you mates? I don't know that mate's Australian, right?
Yeah,
No?
but I wasn't doing an Australian accent. I was doing a British accent.
It can be British too, I think.
Maybe it's pretty Australian.
I'm sorry, we're jumping ahead of stuff, but my big question, did you audition for Matt Greenberg? How did you get this part? What was the process?
I auditioned. I don't know.
Yeah.
I auditioned. I remember I was on Sunset. I do remember that. The final test. And you were there, Vinny, I feel like.
I wasn't there for the final test. I was there
okay.
Because he called me right away. And he said, "Your friend got it."
That's so sweet.
You knew.
Yes,
we were
I
friends.
remember that. Yeah, that was on Sunset. I don't know why I remember that, but it was somewhere on Sunset. And I'm sure I pre-read, but it's so weird. When I was on that show that I met Nestor on the WB.
What was that?
This is Muscle. And
Anyway, yes, that's right.
But anyway, I was friends with this woman who would come to every taping. I really liked her. We really got along. We just talked about normal things. So I'd kind of seek her out. She'd seek me out. And then about 4 weeks later, somebody told me she was the head of the network. I had no idea.
Oh, wow.
She was Susan to me. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I had no idea. So I
That's
don't know.
great.
I don't know.
So you got the role, but like did Matt ever say like, hey, this is what I want from you, this is who she is, this is what's going on, or it was
No,
just kind of in the blind?
She
no.
didn't even know. I called her earlier. I was like, I'm trying to get Greenberg to come to the podcast tonight. She's like, who's Matt Greenberg?
Okay, I might have known back then,
And
but
I was and I was
I had
like,
two kids
no, hey, Shannon,
in
it's
their
not your
20s.
fault.
I'm
It's
like,
not your fault because he was gone and he left. And I think
that's
this is
right.
he wrote this with his brother, but
Yeah.
he was falling in love with Valerie, who he's married to now, who was the executive producer with his. You guys know this story?
Yeah,
You guys know.
Hmm.
there was a whole
Oh,
shakeup in the beginning. I remember that.
okay. So Matt wrote this episode with his brother, and Valerie Mayhew and his sister. They're credited as the executive producers of
Yes,
the episode.
right. Yeah, yeah.
They are falling in love because they've been together ever since this episode.
Oh,
Matt is about to leave the show.
right.
Um, and Valerie and his her sister, um, they weren't they were gone after they left. We have to check it, but I think they left 3 episodes later, and that's when we shut down.
Now, here's my question on the writing. When I was doing the research for it, it shows two different writers on this one. Matt is not listed. They have Paul Greenberg and Jason Butler. Who was it? A nom de
Interesting.
plume?
I thought there was a story by Matt and Paul in the opening credits. Did I see that? And then maybe I'm wrong about that.
I'm going by IMDb. I took it from the IMDb credits, and I didn't see him listed. And
Well,
but I remember,
I
Maybe
talked
because
to
you
Matt about it because I just talked to him like an hour, 2 hours ago.
Oh,
Um, he said he wrote it with his brother. I don't know how it's I don't know who that other dude is,
yeah.
but
Well, that's why I wanted like a nom de plume for him. Like he
hold
just.
on. Hold on,
Oh,
everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, Paulie.
his mic is off.
So Shannon, this is a rewatch, and you are following in Paul's footsteps where you have not rewatched the episode, which I think that's totally fine.
I don't want
Well,
to ever rewatch anything I do.
there he is. There he is.
I remember you saying that, Shannon.
Look, Paul, look who's here.
Hello,
Shannon Kenny,
my dog.
as
Matt.
beautiful as ever. Hey, Shannon Kenny's.
Oh my God.
Hi, how are
Right?
you? Sorry.
We were just talking about the episode Catevari, which is what we're talking about tonight.
Yes.
And I told Shannon she literally looks the same. She looks incredible.
Yeah,
And
you do, Shannon.
we can dive into the episode, but man, what a weird episode. Like
yeah.
that was a weird way to start that series because tonally it was crazy dark,
Yeah, there
but
was an older guy in it, right?
with the long fingernails, he was a
Yeah,
Yes.
he was-
And wasn't there a kid in it too, or was that the next one?
that's the next one.
that's the next
Okay.
one.
Yeah, I remember that guy, that guy. Yeah. Who was the actor?
Fred Coffin.
Fred Coffin, great
Oh,
name.
yeah,
Yeah.
handsome.
Great
And
name.
and Paul, like it's this very dark show. And then as soon as you enter, it's like Bobby Hobbs' world sort of just takes over. And
Right in my notes, the tonal change. Tonal change once again.
yeah,
It's like it's a whole lighter tone.
well,
You
I'm
didn't
not
do the pilot, right, Paul?
What's that?
You didn't do the pilot.
With these guys? What do you mean?
He did do the
first
pilot, yes.
episode? Oh,
Yeah,
you were
30,
in the pilot.
30 minutes.
yeah, he shows up the last third of the pilot and sort of
Oh.
just changes the show. The show is well, I mean, you know what it's like. Shannon, I talk about what it's like to work with Paul and Victor. Like
It's fun.
like he hates it when I go on like this. But for me, this episode in particular, you were being introduced,
Mm.
and I remember you having to do your scene that you tested with, and it was your audition scene. And I
Yeah, and
think
you
you,
were in a straitjacket, right?
yeah, exactly. And you had done it like a million times.
Yeah, right,
I
right.
think it was the first scene you shot. Uh,
It was.
and and it was so this new character was in, and then there was this very dark script about this kind of weird Catevari. Is that a real thing? Like, or did Greenberg just make that up?
It is a real thing. Yeah.
It's
It's
a real thing.
Catevari.
It's about this poison that they put into babies, and then as babies get older, they become like, lethal killing machines.
Oh my God.
And so the
Okay.
scene's very dark. And then Paul, you and I have to show up where all these people have been killed. And you go into like Columbo mode. And
Hmm.
and I mean, was I the only one laughing when Bobby Hobbs was talking about stuff?
I
Like,
laughed the whole time
No.
with
I mean,
Paul
it's
going.
like he's fucking around the entire time in the middle of all these dead bodies.
Oh God. I Wait a minute. I
Great.
lost the sound here.
Totally, that
Shit.
works, I
Oh, we
think.
can still hear you.
We can hear you, Paul.
I'm just trying to put it on speaker. God damn it.
Where
I
are
hate
you? In your
this
car?
stuff. Just make it easy.
Paul, can you hear me right now?
I'm trying to get on speaker because I'm on my wait, let me just turn it on the car. Hopefully it'll come through
This is like the agency. Just everything, nothing works, and
Well,
it's all a little.
That Seinfeld podcast.
last week we were worried about a dog eating him, and I was concerned.
So what happened? We were in a bunch of dead bodies were around us.
Yeah,
What
this guy
happened?
just killed a bunch of people, and he also mercy killed his like friend in this institution for failed government experiments. Did I catch that right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Mhm.
That's what it was. And then you and I have to show up, and I mean, you should watch it, Paul. It's incredible. Like it's
I was just
27.
fucking around. I was just dicking around.
No, I mean you're on point. You're on point, but there's just something, the tone
Some
again.
The character himself is very lackadaisical at the moment. It's like a very serious investigation, but Hobbs is very much, if I may say, like, he's there, but he's like more concerned with other things and not altogether there. It's great. It is great. And you're right about the it's dark. It's a very dark episode. My wife watched it for the first time and I could see it on her face, like, what am I watching? And very
Who wrote it?
X-Files.
Who
Yes.
wrote that? Who wrote that one?
Matt Greenberg and his brother. I mean, I know.
Yeah, I looked back. It's Matt and
Ryan.
Paul are credited. Yeah.
Well, because
Paul,
he's the creator, so that's what the show. That's authentic. That's an authentic episode. It comes from his vision from the pilot. That was the first episode, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So it wasn't some, obscure writer coming in. Hey, let me see what I could do with the show. That's the show. He was doing
And
his thing. Right?
But that was his last show too, right?
He only
He
wrote the one, and that was it.
wrote the pilot. He wrote the pilot, and then he introduced Shannon's character, the keeper, and then that was it.
Wow.
was his mother sick? Vinny, you told me that like 25 years ago. He said
I
that.
know. I don't know if his mother was sick at the time.
Okay.
But I know that she did pass soon after that.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe right around then.
And then who were the writers? And then did Levinson start writing them, or who wrote them after that?
It
Well,
was, yeah.
Craig writes the next episode.
Oh, Craig came in that quickly.
He was
Craig
on board, I think, already, wasn't he?
I think so. Who else was there?
Yeah.
Right. Like Craig was the first guy that Matt found, and in a way, I think Matt sort of handed him the show. But I think this was Craig's first job, right? Like I think I'd maybe done some, but it was his first big like writing job.
This is very much a transitional episode.
Yeah, the tone lightened up, obviously, right? A
The
little.
what?
The tone.
Oh yeah, yeah. It. The thing is, in a lot of ways, this episode is a second pilot. I mean, as if you were to watch this first, they do a really good job at explaining the story. If you had completely missed the pilot episode, rehashing it and the opening and such, and it sets a tone. It sets a different tone, but at the same time, transitions again because I think Ralph is our next one,
Yeah, that's right.
and that sets a different tone. That's more comedic and lighthearted, more so than this. Like Mike has said in his Eberts files that he showed me today, very much an X Files episode. You know, there's very X-Filey, and which is hilarious when you think about the first episode and Paul's character of Hobbs is saying screw the X-Files. And I think that's
Yeah.
hilarious.
I remember being a little concerned, frankly. Like, I didn't know Matt so much at this point. We had done the pilot. Breck was gone because he only did the pilot. Shannon was brand new coming on. Like, I didn't, and then I saw this script and I was like, what is this show? And then when I just rewatched the episode, like, Shannon just worked. Shannon just, it was the right actress saying the right words. Like, it was organic and it came in, and it obviously, it set the stakes for my character because she's got to take care of me.
Yeah, right.
Or I'll go crazy. But the thing that like, I was trying to take it all seriously, Paul. Like, I was like, maybe this show's more like the X-Files. So I was like acting all mad and crazy and shit. And and you were still just kind of fucking around. Like, you owned that character. I mean, did you just have you played a lot of parts like that?
I don't know, man. If I got the sense there was a little tongue in cheek in it. If there's a tiniest little piece of where I could sense a piece of comedy, I'm drawn to it, So I think there was something. Well, the guy was this frustrated, from the beginning. He's just pissed that he's there. He's pissed that he's second to you. And that was funny to me. So I don't think I was trying to make it funny. It kind of fit where I was in my life, very much. I was in a very angry place, frustrated in a lot of ways. And I just kind of let it all out. Vinny, I remember being not nice to guest stars.
What are you talking What are you talking about?
You don't remember?
You did this last time. You said this last time.
Well, I remember there was.
I'm sorry, Shannon. Yeah, it's true.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. We were talking.
Remember, you said to one guy once, "Don't mind him. He's in character. He's." Because I was being like nasty to a guest star. I cannot believe the shit that I said back then. I was not in my right mind. But in terms of the work, I don't know. It was just sort of I guess a perfect storm in a lot of ways, because it worked, I guess, for the character, but there was a little comedy in there. There's comedy.
Well,
You
sensed Vinny being so serious that it's a natural thing to just go lighter,
Yeah, but I think Vinny's very funny. Just no matter what, he's a very funny guy. So you're not that serious a guy or a funny guy. It was easy. I think it just worked, what they call chemistry. It just, you were laughing. I had you going. I had probably, I don't know, everybody else was annoyed mostly, but I had you laughing, and let's just go. That's all. And nobody was there. Nobody else was there.
Nobody was there. I didn't
even
even
there
know.
to stop us.
Ed, do you know what he means? Do you guys know? I mean, I think what you explain, no one was there. I'm not sure anyone watched.
We didn't have showrunners. It was like we were down in the middle of this non-union house. There was noise. It did a bunch of non-union crew, and the showrunners were gone at the time. Levinson and what's his name hadn't arrived yet, right?
They hadn't arrived yet. Ed Letting said the inmates were running the asylum. That's what he said. He was like, we were just.
Who was the showrunner when we did that episode?
Which your first
two girls? Yeah.
They were the showrunners. They
Well,
were.
was it Matt? It wasn't Greenberg for this one, right?
Well, they were. I think they brought. Matt. They brought
Vivian
Valerie,
and Valerie Mayhew, I
Hillary
think.
it's Vivian and
Yeah.
Valerie, and to work with Matt to be the showrunners.
Mm.
And how long were they there? 20 minutes?
I think 3 episodes. Matt was gone after this episode, but I mean, we've already talked about this, but you're late. Matt is while we're shooting this episode, he's falling in love with this woman who was just hired to come in and run his show, and they're still married, have a family.
That's nice.
So he's meeting Valerie Mayhew. That's part of his destiny with this whole thing. He's leaving us, but starting, his
Crazy.
family.
Important
Yeah.
one.
At least there's a happy ending.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's true.
So he kind of hands it off to these people, and they weren't very present. Shannon, we had never met them, never met anybody, I don't think, because we were down there. It was like showrunners are usually on set.
Yeah.
They weren't.
I mean, I maybe remember meeting the girls a couple of times, but I don't recall them on set at all.
No,
Well,
it was over so
like?
quickly. They were gone so quickly that, I mean, I don't even remember that they were showrunners, Vinny. I mean, I know that Matt left and there was a void for a little while. And this is the thing. I think the show would have been a lot darker with Greenberg, because if this show is a reflection, I mean, Paul, do you remember that you're
Oh.
in this episode
There we go.
was taking lithium?
Yes, they did.
Almost.
Yeah. You cut out for a
Do you
minute,
remember that,
Mike, but
Paul?
I want you to repeat what you said because you cut out for a second for
Oh,
us.
sorry.
Take two, Mike.
Well, even your character, Paul, was darker. Like he was. Is it still bad, you guys? Hold on.
Well, you're a little jittery, but I know you're talking about the lithium, and that was something that was like when this was I'm gonna go on this and add my own thoughts. When Hobbs's character is introduced in this episode, he comes in and the official says, don't worry, he's in therapy, and the lithium is mentioned and stuff. And I started wondering how much time has passed between the pilot and this one, and Fox still has not signed his agreement to help them, and so on and so forth. It seems like there was a weird amount of space and time there, but different writers, so perhaps. But yeah,
I think him leaving and there being this void gave it the transitional for Paul to just be Paul and not be like some guy who's because you have a lower status, Paul, in this episode. I mean, you're still like trying to, like I'm in therapy, I'm trying to be better, I'm off, I'm on the lithium. And by the time the showrunners left, you were done with that, and you were just full on Bobby Hobbs and confident, and it's a slow change, but it's there, and I'm glad we got to that.
I remember going, taking some pills like that. Was that this episode when I just swallowed some
I didn't
pills?
see him take pills.
Not yet, but you announced that you're taking 50 milligrams of lithium, and like you snap at me, I think you would enjoy it. How old is your daughter, Paul?
Maggie.
Now,
4.5.
Don't show it to her yet, but in a few years you should watch these with your daughter. And
Okay, you have a daughter?
oh my God, Shannon!
Congratulations. Why do I not know this?
He's got a wife too.
Oh, did you have it last time we did this podcast? Then?
Yes, I believe. What was it? A year ago or something?
Oh, was it only a year ago? Oh, I had
No,
no
no.
idea.
The podcast was a year ago. She's 4.5. I've had her for a little
Oh,
while.
my goodness. Oh, congratulations.
I'm so impressed that you don't know that, because that means you're not on Instagram and you're not a social media addict.
No, not much. I do a little bit, just but not
To know every little
all.
thing that's going on. It's refreshing.
Shannon, I'm sorry. What have you been doing? We haven't. I mean, for the podcast people, what have you been up to? Is that
Well,
a fair thing to ask?
I was going
well,
to just ask
I've
about
been
your
writing.
kids.
Say it again.
I was just going to ask about your children. Go ahead.
Well, my kids I quit acting to raise my kids. So I have one who's out the door he's a songwriter, doing really, really well. waiting tables still, but he's had some interest from some really big artists. So he's great. And my other one is in college still, in the music school too, in college. And
So they're
then
both. Are you musical? Are you a singer?
I know we're not when they were in the house. I used to play guitar and sing, but no, we were not. I mean, we played a lot of music because I love music, but and you can tell with Rafa, he's very influenced by the 80s. So obviously we were playing that kind of music around him. But no, not at all. Don't know how it happened.
His name's Rafa,
Rafa Carbonell, yeah.
and he's influenced by '80s stuff.
A lot of 80s. Yeah, you hear a lot of 80s in his music. It's interesting. Like I'll just
Oh,
hear, bits and pieces and we'll say, "Oh, that sounds very much like this song," and then.
so
But
he's actually writing music because kids today they go, "I'm making music," which I'm still not sure what that means. It's like some
well, yeah,
computer.
but Rafa plays every instrument, sings, produces.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. And
Okay. I'd love to
yeah,
hear some of it. I
yeah,
especially
he's
the
been
'80s
great.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure
Actually
he's
he's
got
written a
some.
bunch of songs that I think he's going to put out soon, and there's a lot of synth in it and kind of just little discordant stuff, but it's all very listenable and lyrical, and he's good.
Very
We think
cool.
he's good. Like we think, of course, we're his parents, but we think he's in the right end. Like we think he's on the right track.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, it's
If I
hard.
may, Shannon, would you like to tell everybody about your book? I know it's been a few years since it came
Oh,
out,
yeah.
but I think it's something that people should really pick up and check out.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's called All Is Not Lost. And it's actually about that transition I was talking about. It's about what happens when you kind of leave a dream job or a dream job for your children, and what you lose and what you gain, and kind of a journey through that. And I said it in Hawaii because we went to Hawaii for a year when Nesta was on Lost, and the kids were like 4 and 7, and it was a pretty transformational year for me. Also, just being away from Hollywood and getting my head together and stuff. So yeah, it's like a journey. It's like a memoir, but it's really a journey of a year, and it's great for moms, obviously, but a lot of actors relate to it. It's just
I
about
want to.
being
I'll
very
take.
single-minded and
Do you
yeah.
narrate it for the?
No, I have not done an audio book of it. I
Okay.
should. I just haven't got around. I'm writing another book now. So it's a two-parter. It's big. It's going to take a long time.
What's
But
it about?
it's a YA, it's young adult.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. So I do that. When my kids are home and they don't need me much anymore. So I just, I go out in my garden. I go with Nestor wherever he's going.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and I'm
What's
just
Nestor?
What's he working on now?
Yeah, what's Nestor
he
doing?
just
He's
finished Mayor of
doing morning show.
Kingstown. Yeah,
What is
Mayor of
it?
Kingstown
love that show.
with Edie. Yeah, he worked with
What?
Edie and no, I forget the other guy's name.
Which show?
Mayor of Kingstown.
Wait a minute. I love
Yeah,
that show. I think I
he
just
used
saw
to have
the
Diane Wiest on it. I remember watching the first episodes. And then
season.
what was the guy in it? I'm sorry, I'm terrible. Jeremy Renner. I got it.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, and him. So he just did a bunch of episodes, and he's going to direct pretty soon. He directs a lot. He does a lot of TV directing too.
And the
And then
morning show.
in the morning show, yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
he just did a few of the morning show and then exited out to do Mayor of Kingstown. Yeah.
It's incredible. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, and he did a movie called
Oh
Pedro
yeah,
Pan, the Cuban movie. Oh, I know what you're thinking of,
he
Ed.
was in the
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah, the
Okay,
one, yes.
I can't think of it. It was like the like
Did
Clue.
really well.
I want to say it was like Clue where everybody was in that house or something.
Yeah. Oh, Catch Me. No, not Catch
Yes,
Me. Yeah. Catch Me.
two, two,
Yeah,
yeah,
two.
yeah,
It's
two,
about sort of like Hunger Games-ish, right?
yeah.
Ready or Not? Is it
Oh,
called
Ready or
Ready or
Not too.
Not?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Yeah, okay,
Ready
that's
or
it.
Not
Yeah, okay.
too.
Oh,
I know
okay.
it's on my list.
Yeah, did really well. Yeah.
Oh, good. The first one was great. I love that.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he wasn't in the first one, but
Yeah.
he really, I mean, it was great. He went to Toronto. I kind of like, it's been hard for Nestor because, basically, especially for 5 years, he was gone 6 months out of the year up in Vancouver doing Bates Motel. So it was hard on me, it was hard on him, it was hard on the kids. And now it's just great for him that I can go with him.
Oh, that is great. That's
Yeah,
That
great.
is,
and it's super fun and just exploring new cities and I can write anywhere. So yeah, it's good.
Oh, and by
that's
the way,
really
tell him he did a wonderful job directing Law and Order when he
It's
did that.
yes. Yeah, he's doing great, huh? Yes.
Incredible.
They're fun gigs because we get to go to Manhattan for a month. I love it.
Oh, wow.
wow.
Yeah.
Go see it in the theater. That's
Yeah.
exciting.
Because I was going to go to theater school there and I couldn't afford it. And Manhattan was kind of from Australia was a little intimidating. So I really never got to know that city until he's been doing these Law and Orders. And I love it. It's great.
Wow, that's so
I
how
Mm.
do
much
want to ask a question about this episode, and it's to you, Vincent. I think it's something that we need to know. I know it was in the Eberts files, and we got to ask. It's about Darian's facial hair. What was up with that in this episode?
I thought like the first scene I was in a straitjacket. I figured like I probably didn't shave that morning, so I thought, make it feel like I was this kept animal. But I got so much shit for it. Like Bill McGoldrick called me right after the episode. And he was like, "Dude, you have to shave." I thought it
Are
was
you
like fucking
serious?
brilliant. Like I thought it was story, motivated.
It's amazing that you could just do that though, because there would be a committee now to see if
Oh
you could
yeah,
have
yeah, yeah.
facial hair
Well,
or
that's
not.
what Paul's saying. Like no one was telling us what to wear,
Yeah.
to do. Like
But you love that. I remember you saying, I really like it. And like no one else likes it, but you were
I
so on
thought it
board
was
with
so cool. I was like, wow, this looks so awesome.
it.
But
What do you think now?
yeah,
Do
but
you still think it looks great or
I thought
what's
it looked okay. I thought
it looks
I
great.
think I should have
What
shaved it once I got out of the straitjacket is what I should have
yeah,
done.
yeah. It's
You
it's
might not
well,
have had time.
Yeah, I wondered if it was a character trait that you had created, if it was a mandate, something in there. I didn't know about the inmates running the asylum type, guerrilla filmmaking you had going on, but definitely it was an attention getter.
but that wasn't until like episodes 3, 4, 5, or 6 when really there was nobody running the show. I mean,
Wow.
this was still kind of an offshoot of the pilot because Matt was still there. I mean, like things were still happening. It wasn't until we shut down a couple of episodes later that there was really no oversight. Like Craig was in charge, David Levison was coming on board, David Icke, and
yeah.
no one could see our footage for like a whole day.
Mm.
Because you guys would shoot that stuff and they would drive the footage from San Diego up to Los Angeles to be processed. And so the next morning the executives were watching the dailies. So there's nothing they could do. It was done. That's
When did we shut down? Was it
Yeah, and
after?
how long did we shut down for?
we shut down for 3 days after I think the third episode because you had a kid, Vinny. I mean, I think that was part of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can't believe I can't remember this stuff. Yeah. But didn't we run out of scripts? I mean, didn't
Maybe.
what? Yeah, I think we lost our executive producer.
I don't think we shut down for any more than I mean, I can
Well,
ask
we'll
Sarah. Yeah.
find out. We'll find out because I invited Valerie Mayu also, so maybe
Oh, great.
we might have to kind of reverse engineer some of the logic of how this show kind of. But I was just thinking, poor Shannon shows up, and everyone's about to, the creator's about to leave, the executive producer, and then we shut down. It was
Oblivious. I mean, I don't even remember shutting down.
I really think it was only 3 days. I really think that
that,
there
are
was
you,
Remember
really? Then how did I gotta? That's hard.
that.
But
I
maybe
remember
you're
shut down. Didn't we shut down twice? Just once. I don't remember.
No,
I
just
can't believe how did the show survive with all this stuff? You'd think that somebody would just pull the plug, but is it because we had an audience? I mean, today, you know, is it because today's stuff like that they would just can it? They go, what's this mess going on. I don't know what would happen today.
I wonder the same thing because the show, the ratings weren't great for Catevari. Is that right? Did the
Worst rated episode.
Yeah, so the show premieres fairly okay, right?
No, it premiered fantastic. The pilot was through the roof.
And then the next week it went
The
down.
the audience reaction. So on IMDb, people think this is the worst episode. The ratings, I think, were fine. I think it was just people don't like this episode. So
Dark.
But most pilots are pretty bad. You look at the Seinfeld pilot, it's like nothing like Seinfeld. And this was like a second pilot in a weird way.
Yeah, it was I thought that exposition at the top, I guess they were trying to do that where they have David Burke, my brother, kind of re-talking about all of the logic behind how the Quicksilver works, how the invisibility works. It was
strange to be following up the second week to have like a recap of what just happened.
Yeah.
This one was like what do we used to do? Movie of the week. It was like kind of like a 2-hour thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I think that was part of the business model for Sci-Fi and USA in general is they would do pilots that if they didn't pick them up, they could air them as a movie.
Oh,
So they
smart. That's smart. Yeah.
Hey, Paul can't stay too long because I know he's working on stuff. What are you doing on? Where are you?
I'm we're camping out in our somewhat remediated house back in the Palisades. So we cleaned out one room.
Shannon doesn't know. Can you give Shannon
we had to leave. The house is here, but we had to leave after the fires. So now we're gutting the house. So we
Smoke damage, right? Would you have had it didn't burn down, but it was
smoked. It got smoked out, and it's so now they cleaned it like they do. There's companies come in and clean and scrub, but then we decided, my wife said, no, I need to take off some of the walls and just start. And as we're taking them off, we're finding more soot and ash behind the walls. So it just was like, keep going, rip out this room. Now it's like, as they say, down to the studs. I would say 3/4, not the whole house, but more than half of it is down to the studs. But we're in the little nanny quarters with this little bathroom, a little room, and we're hopefully that room's been it's cleaned enough. We've gotten all whatever's. Yeah, that's where we're living. But then we go back and forth to San Diego. But I'm starting a movie on Monday in Atlanta. Some mobster story playing Pete Davidson's father.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
that's great.
So that just happened. So I gotta cram. I gotta study so I don't look like an idiot on Monday. And
all right,
my lines.
Go get him, and thanks for showing up.
All right. I'm gonna do that.
Congratulations,
Paul. Everybody.
Nice.
Thank you. Great seeing you. Give Nestor a hug.
I will. He's at the movie Jackass right now with Marco.
Brilliant.
He's seeing the movie.
Sorry.
He's at a movie, watching a movie.
Yeah, watching Jackass.
Okay,
like,
with his.
Yeah, with our 21-year-old.
Oh my God, that was fun. That's not. I don't know if I'll live to that long to have a 21-year-old. Anyway, that's great. Good for you
Movies
guys.
get better as they get older, at least.
That's great. We'll give him a hug. He's done incredible work. Unbelievable over the years. What a career. Jesus. All right, gents. Next week.
Yeah.
Are you doing it again next Tuesday?
Yeah. I hope. I mean, are you guys up for it? I'm
of course.
I might not be there. I'm going to be down in Comic-Con. So.
Oh wow. We can move the time if it's better for you, Mike. Whatever.
Maybe, yeah, or you guys could do it. I mean, like with this. Well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So, I wouldn't mind us at some point in time talking about Comic-Con too, because that was kind of our some cool stuff as well. So, that was a lot of fun.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right. Well, good luck Monday, Paul.
All right. Thanks. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
You were talking about Seinfeld, and I kept thinking about you were in Seinfeld season 8, I believe it was. You played
Yeah.
Allison on
Yes.
there.
Yes. Yeah. The very end. Yeah, like it
What
was the last season or the second to last, and
Somewhere in
made
there,
it
yeah.
like, yeah, do it now because there might not be another chance. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
fun. It was good.
Hmm.
It was
It,
good.
it was
what
something that had slipped my mind, but it popped up in a rewatch recently. So.
Yeah.
what was the character, Shannon?
She was I wanted to break up with Jason, who was blah, blah, blah,
George.
George.
Yeah.
I was dating George, but he had to go to a ball, and he wanted me to go to the ball with him, so he wouldn't accept the breakup. So
Oh
then
my
I had
God.
to enlist Kramer to break up with him.
Oh,
And
that's brilliant. That's
yeah,
brilliant. I've never seen this episode. I'm gonna find it. What is it? It's season.
It's season
well,
8. It's called The Susie.
with Susie, yeah, because that was a woman I did a lot of theater with before I went to TV was in it too. She was great. But the funny thing about Seinfeld was that when I auditioned, everybody was like laughing, and then when I got on the set, like everybody they were so funny that my lines sort of had to be the pause for laughter, right? It was just like the whole dynamic kind of shifted, and I just realized I'm just working with geniuses. They were amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Yeah, the this episode, I have to say, looking back on it, a lot of great things. Shannon's first appearance, it made me think to myself, I still think of your character as Claire. I think it's because we learn later, but it's like, and I realized she's just, keeper. And I kept thinking, how long is it until you got a name? And I feel like it's been too long. I'm enjoying these rewatches because it's fun to get that refresher. Um, I gotta say, one thing I do want to tell everybody, something I discovered today, and it's bad news. Episode 11 is not on Roku.
Oh,
I
Oh,
don't
which
know
one's
why. I was speaking with my mother, who is watching the show as well, first time, and they watched Catevari first, thinking it was the first episode. And so I'm going through and making sure that she doesn't do that again. And I was like, oh no. And I realized 11 wasn't on there. So I don't, if anybody needs to rewatch it when we get to that one, I don't know. I mean, if you have this, you're
oh,
okay.
yes, yes.
But
is
What
that
what was episode 11?
Yeah, I'm curious. I'll
is
look.
that Brother the Keeper or
the
something?
other
Or
invisible woman or the other invisible man, or is it the invisible woman?
No, the
The
other
Other
invisible
Invisible Man?
The other
Yeah, that's a
Simon
invisible man.
great one.
Simon
Yeah.
Cole. Oh my God. Is it crazy that I remember this? Was his name Simon Cole? Am I
Yeah,
making
Yeah.
yeah. I think it might
Yeah.
be Simon Cole. That's what I
Yeah.
said.
That was great. Uh,
Main character
Uh,
learns he's not the first person. Oh, interesting.
Shannon, I'll go back to, I'm still like stunned that you auditioned for this role. You got this role as this mysterious keeper, and no one gave you anything about this role. So like no one so you showed up on set and you just kind of played it cold. You're just like, I'm the keeper, and like that was it. There's
I just did what I did in the audition, I think. Yeah, I did note the one thing that it was confusing was the mates because I don't know if they even had a conversation. I think I just sometimes when you push a character in a certain way, they just start writing for you. And I think I wanted her to be either American or English. Like Australians to it's not neutral ground enough. So I wanted it to be more standard, like standard British.
Did you get
Um,
any direction when you were auditioning to say, well, do this or do that, or was it just like, great job?
I did get any direction. I'm sure I got direction on the set though. I'm sure.
Yeah, but
Um,
those are
yeah.
just like, directors who don't know what they're doing either. It's
Well, yeah. I feel like my performance would probably have been better in the third episode. Like I feel like that was kind of like a little, getting on a bike again, kind of because it was a little bit of time, I think, between when I was cast and when we went down there. I forget.
I think that's
But
right.
yeah. So it's like that's an episode I don't want to watch, actually.
How many people were there for the test
I think
for the
there's
keeper?
two other girls and me.
And
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Catherine Dent was one of them, who will come back later as Arnaud's wife, right? Am I making this up?
No. Was it? Yeah, wait, yeah.
I
Because
think.
it was you're right. Go on.
Well,
Because
Dan,
I remember you read, I remember Catherine read. Oh, and there was this very young British woman that read.
oh, really?
And
Hmm.
Oh, so she was in The Shield, Catherine Dent.
oh yeah,
I don't.
she was good, but you were the right person. Like this is what I talk about. Last week's episode, I talked about how I knew I was going to get the part. Like when you know you're the guy, you're the guy.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and and it was like you were the keeper. Like,
Oh,
that's what casting is. It's like people just waiting for someone to just be the part.
so
And
true.
and it was and look at and Catherine ended up playing the other part, and then she went on to do other stuff, right? She had kind of she still has a pretty cool career, right?
Oh, that's why I knew that name. She was on Agents of Shield as well.
Yeah, she
Wasn't
was
wasn't
Hey.
Paul on The Shield?
probably I know he's friends with who's Chickless.
Yeah,
Chick
because they did the
Oh,
Oh,
Stooges movie.
that's right, that's right. That's where they met.
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's right, Vinny. Like I remember actually graduating from theater school and we did a big showcase down in LA and they would we had a big class where we would bring in scenes or actually I think it was all monologues of what we wanted to do for the showcase. And sometimes you go in with like an actor would come in with a monologue and the teacher would say, you know what, Sally, can you get up and do the monologue? And then Sally, who might have been a lesser actress than the other actor, just nailed it. It was just her. It really,
Right.
that's what it taught me. It taught me when sometimes you just fit into a character and you can be as good as you need to be, but sometimes you just don't fit. Yeah.
I have a
Yeah.
question for everybody. Where this episode was this a set? Or is this still the same filming location as the previous episode?
Mm-mm.
No, that was the first time we see the keeper's lair,
Yeah,
or
the keep. Yeah.
what did we call that
My
room?
my my science room,
The lab.
the
Yeah,
lab. Yeah.
yeah.
It's three hexagons kind of put together. Someone showed like the set decorators, like, oh, look, it's like like this is how I designed it. So
Oh yeah,
Hmm.
that's cool. Yeah, I can see that. And so did you shoot the pilot down in San Diego?
Yeah.
mhm.
And Tijuana and in Mexico.
Oh, really?
All the pilot lab. God, that's right. That lab blew up. That was
Yeah.
right. So that was all down in Mexico in a soundstage. And then you guys make such a good point. Like how much time has passed between the pilot and the first episode, at least in the story. And I assumed it was 2 months later or something. What makes sense?
It can't be that
The
long
thing,
because you've got Quicksilver madness, right? I mean, like you have like 7 days and then you go crazy, right?
well, they established the whole 30 minutes of Quicksilver usage, and like in this one, they kept talking about, which I'll be honest with you, I don't remember. Like, I don't know if this is something that goes away or whatever, but like I had no memory of the 30 minutes. It secretes the Quicksilver and then you go crazy or whatever.
We don't have the tattoo yet, do
No,
we?
not yet. No.
Ah,
No.
When does
30 minutes. You would have to get injections every 30 minutes?
or I'd
I
go
think it's
if I was invisible, I think this is right.
Ah,
yeah, it's like a
right,
weird
If I was
timer.
invisible for longer than 30 minutes, I would go mad. Felt a
yeah.
little shaky, the math on there, because
Yeah.
I was going into like meet this Catevari, and all of a sudden I'm just going Quicksilver mad. It seems like maybe you guys would have hooked me up with a fresh dose, so I had at
Well,
least.
I couldn't get in there because of the straitjacket. I couldn't even.
not only that, but when you saved the baby, it was like after the scene of saving the baby, you're on the wall, and it was just like everything had been taken out of you, and it was no more than what 42 seconds,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so
That's the funniest scene to me because that it doesn't make any sense really. Like he throws the baby up. So the Catavari's
A
got this
baby.
baby. So
And whose baby is it? Like, where did he get? Whose
well,
baby
because
did he?
it's remember like it's the senator and so the senator's actually my friend. He passed away, but Jim Chovik,
Oh, he was great. He was
he
so
was
great.
so good and actually the other guy there was supposed to be another guy. They couldn't find him that morning. So my
Oh,
wife Sarah, who did casting,
Oh
calls
my God,
Jim, who's like, a quarter mile away from us, and said, "Jim, can you be down at the set on this day?" So he rushes down there. He was great. So
he was great.
amazing. But anyway, so he's kissing a baby, and then the Catevari grabs the baby, and he says something like dire. It's like, ah, and he throws the baby in the air, and then you turn invisible and catch the baby. And I don't know why you turned invisible. Because
oh, because
now
he
the baby
couldn't
was just
chase you,
floating.
maybe.
It was a really
well,
funny scene. It's just like this floating baby.
if you want to talk about invisibility things that make no sense, and I wrote this one down. Why did the ear have to become visible when you're
You're
cracking
the
the
same.
safe? It was like,
Oh,
I'm like,
It was
the
super
hearing
cheesy.
doesn't work.
It was super ridiculous. Like it was like
Or you,
there
you
was
couldn't hear without you had to have the ear
exactly,
visible.
and we wanted the audience to see that the ear was there. I think it felt like maybe an inexpensive invisibility gag that they could do that they could have.
Yeah.
Who was doing all the invisibility? I can't remember. Who was the visual effects person? Was there a guy on set at this point?
Gerard Black or something like
Oh
that. Gerald
yeah,
Black.
yes.
He was a good guy. He was, yeah,
He was on the pilot too, wasn't he?
I think so. And I think he also made the Gland. I think he's,
Did he?
yeah,
That guy was cool. Very kind of soft spoken. Am I wrong?
yeah, really nice guy. Yeah, yeah.
You'd have to wear a sleeve or something. I remember that, right? You had to wear some suit when,
Different. Yeah,
yeah, like a
occasionally.
green screen kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. God. Yeah.
Also, I'd like to mention, since we were talking about other actors that were in this, Warren, who was the friend of the Cadavari in the hospital, was
Oh,
played by Jack Bonning. Now, small role, but if anybody's a Power Rangers fan, they know
Yeah.
he was in a lot of Power Rangers. So
he was fantastic. And and as
Bonnig.
much as I didn't understand a lot of the episode, there were beautiful, beautiful moments. Like his relationship with the Catevari
yeah,
was
Yeah.
that was really cool. Like I liked it. I thought it was, and then those weird quotes, the quotes that was on the sheet. That what is it? Something
it
shall
was
reign.
Grateful Dead, wasn't it?
Is that what it was?
Yeah,
I
I
Yeah.
think it
think
was
so.
Grateful Dead quotes, yeah. Which I never caught, didn't realize until Fox's character, mentions that, and I was like, that's good. I like that.
I
Well,
remember that. I do remember. I feel like I remember him more than the actual guy who played the Cadavari.
yeah.
Jack.
No, he was great.
Yeah, he was great.
When I just rewatched the Catevari, and I'll have to talk to Matt about this. It felt like I was only understanding part of it. It felt pretty heavy and deep, and I wanted to make sure that it was all and I felt that there tonally. And I felt this idea. I mean, I guess what was the story that I was looking at my future in
Mhm.
in
Yeah.
this this other failed experiment and what it was like, and I saw that that might be where I'm headed. So it was kind of cool. I mean,
It's one of those ones where I kind of wish it was like midway through the season, where like
yeah,
all of a sudden it's
yeah.
like, wait, there are more experiments. You meet this guy because it's just too soon.
Yeah, it
It's
was a
just
weird way to come out of the gate,
yeah,
especially after Paul had taken, Shannon, we talked about this last week that the pilot's 90 minutes. The first hour is me kind of just trying to figure out this new reality because I have this gland in me.
Mm.
And then I get paired with Paul and it
Uh,
just starts we start having fun.
yeah, yeah.
And then all of a sudden, boom, we're in the Cadavari. And it was it was tonally like kind of a boom. And then, I think next week's episode will be its own different thing. But we didn't know. I mean, I guess like anything, like you don't know what something is, and television is a work in progress, and
Yeah.
different things emerge and different things work, and some things do and some things don't. It
Well,
is
that's
sort of,
like, I'm sorry. Well, like what Paul was saying about how he's surprised, how did you survive? And you want to think about it really, like at this point, you didn't really have an audience. I mean, you had already filmed three, four, five, six, I'm sure, before you went to air. So it's not like you were going week to week and they were seeing how it was going. Someone, somebody had to have faith in this show, and that's great. Somewhere along the line, someone said this is going to work, and I'm glad they did because you got through two seasons. You made it to air, and you saw the ratings, and I think that's wonderful. So somebody out there went to bat for you guys without you knowing.
yeah, yeah, you're right. Well, we'll have to find out. We'll have to ask. We'll ask. I mean, maybe we'll have to figure that out. I never thought of that, Ed. Like,
Yeah.
you're right. We only got picked up. Like, Shannon, what did they tell you? You were in the next 12 episodes? Is that what it was? Like your first
Oh,
contract?
yes, I think so. Yes.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think, we just got a
Correct.
short order.
It was
And
a
then
13, and then the pickup came. Yeah.
That was
yeah,
in the old days when we shot. Did we do 22 episodes a year per
To
season?
yeah,
There was, I think there was
25 for the
23
first
season
25.
one, wasn't there?
Yeah,
23. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
going.
I mean, you're lucky if you get six these days.
No, it's crazy.
And that's part of the reason why I think like this show could continue initially, because they were still writing episodes as we were filming them. I mean, like it's because they had a bunch in the pipeline, I think, and then Matt stepped out, and so that we were still kind of eating those.
I think
And then
that's
they
right.
were writing more, and they're kind of trying to figure it out, and like, well, just keep on going. But nowadays, you just write all six or eight, and you're like, go shoot it, and then see what you got. So, but this was literally the train was moving, and then Matt stepped off, and there were still like 7 episodes to shoot. It was wild, It
Yeah.
was
You know what I love that we've probably spoken about this. I was just saying to Nestor today, I'm doing a podcast for this, and he was like, that show is so good. It was so quirky. And he was just talking about my characters. Like you had all this exposition, but managed to put a personality in there. And I think that's with everybody. Like it just became kooky a
Yeah,
little.
you did crush the exposition stuff. Like you really did. That was a lot of heavy lifting.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't even really, I was just playing the person. But yeah, now I think about it, I did do a ton of exposition, scientific stuff
yeah,
too.
Techno babble.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. And this is why the British accent works. I even auditioned once for it was a sci-fi movie of the week, and I got it, and the producer was like, it's just the crap dialogue sounds better British. It's
makes
not
sense.
that this was crap dialogue, but yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, certain accents. But
Shannon, you were,
it was more than that. It was Paul, I really do think it was Vinny and Paul's lead that we
Well,
all
you and Paul had great chemistry too, and you and Eddie, like it really became a family very quickly.
yeah,
And
yeah.
that was one part of this episode that I thought was beautiful, is that you do learn that the official was best friends with this guy who
Oh, yeah, right.
sacrificed himself to be this government experiment.
Your
And
brother. We talking about that? Your brother?
no, the official, Eddie Jones, the
Yeah, yeah,
official,
yeah.
what was his name? What was the official's real name? Did he ever?
Charles,
Charlie Borden.
Charlie, Charlie, yeah, yeah,
Charlie Borden, yeah. So
yeah.
both
Charlie
these guys are
Borden.
named Charlie, oddly enough.
Charlie Borden. What you learn at the end of the episode that Charlie Bort, the official's best friend was this guy that became the Catevari. Am I making that up, or is that correct?
No, that's right. Yeah.
No, you're right.
So it's beautiful. Like he's trying to save his best friend, who he knew sacrificed himself for his country. And Eddie, man, Eddie just nailed all the hard stuff. Like just you believed everything he said, that he was his friend. We really had incredible actors on the show. We all got lucky.
That's the writing too, that they would bring it back to, yeah, it was like science fiction with heart.
Yeah,
And
that's a great
also
point.
a little like a kind of a little, yeah, a quirky family. Like, I mean, I don't
Yeah,
want to keep mentioning Seinfeld, but it had a little bit of like, like, I mean, wasn't Friends on at the same time and
Yeah.
Seinfeld?
They were
It
getting
had
close to
a
their
little
end.
bit of that kind of like buddy. Well, definitely
yeah,
you got buddy comedy, but a friend, it had a little Friends.
yeah. It
We
did.
No,
were all
you're not
friends.
wrong.
Yeah.
The show had the irreverence that Marvel would soon copy. People doing serious stuff but having a lighthearted approach to it. Because a
Yeah.
lot of the shows, like, because even X-Files, like, was very, very serious and very dire with maybe Mulder joking around every once in a while. And you guys just threw that out and said, let's just quip. And then, like in 2008, you see that starting to happen with Marvel.
Iron
You guys had
Man.
already done it. It was, you guys did it 8 years before. Just that light touch in the face of serious dire consequences. It was something no one was doing it. I
Well,
mean, well, maybe like Farscape. Farscape had a little bit of
Mike,
that too.
but
Yeah.
you
Love
and
Farscape.
Eddie had that energy. I remember when I was shooting my first scene with you and Eddie, I was like, "Oh, this kind of looks like a Coen Brothers movie." Like you look like you're like a Coen Brothers. Hope you take that the good way. Like you feel like you could be in any Coen Brothers movie. And then
Thank
you
you.
had Eddie, and then there were these two kind of contradictions. And then the way Breck did a great job placing you behind him, so you're like, you're like the servant to this guy. Like,
It was fun. I didn't mention this last week, but I didn't know I didn't know what was going to happen to my character, and so I didn't hear anything. And then they called me for ADR like 6 weeks later, 6 or 8 weeks later after we shot it. And so I went to go shoot. I went to go do the ADR like somewhere up in Long Beach, and then like as I'm finishing it up, they say, "Hey, Mike, you got a call." I'm like, I got a call. What? And it was Matt Greenberg. It's like, we've been trying to get a hold of you, man. Holy shit, you're fucking great in this. Do you want to do the show? I'm like, yeah. Yeah. And he's like, okay, great, cool. Oh, thank goodness, man. I'm like, okay, great. So got to go home and say, honey, I think I'm doing this show. But
wow,
but
that's
that
good.
was a fun call because I was like, well, maybe it was just a one and done. But no, it was Breck knew what he was doing. He knew he was just like setting all that up. It's such a great pilot. It's such a great pilot. I will say that the filmmaking on this episode isn't too bad. There's some really cool shots.
There are some good shots. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
he it felt like a different show a little bit, but there were definitely some cool shots. And
yeah.
Hmm.
I liked it much better watching it 20, how many years later? 30 years?
26.
26 years
26 years,
later.
26 years later.
It was
I
still
have
rough. I
started.
watched, yeah, it was, I was like, oh man, this is not good. And like even now I'm like, this is the worst. I think this is the worst we did. I think not through any fault of ours,
Yeah.
but it was just
You were still finding your feet,
yes,
finding
yeah.
your footing, as it were. I am starting to think we need to keep a death toll on this show. I have not realized, just like this one, like, man, there's a lot of dead people in this one.
Yeah.
But
Okay, I think I'm past I'm about to fall. I've been traveling all day, so
Oh no.
I feel like
Yeah.
Hey,
Welcome
can
home.
I, one more thing, Shannon, because you reminded me. I remember I'd always be like, because I was voraciously watching the show. I was like, I'd watch it and I'd watch it on the repeats and like when we'd come on set, like, hey Shannon, you watch the show? And you're like, I never watch myself. And I was stunned by that. I was like, what? Who does that? I never watch myself. And now I feel like that sometimes, but would you watch some of these episodes? I mean, I would love for you to see the work you did because it's great. I would love to hear what you think about it.
Yeah, I mean, I probably would. It's so yeah, I don't think maybe The Invisible Man I would. I don't think I've seen anything I've done. That's so interesting.
It's
Ness
been a
wouldn't
while.
watch himself either. We're very similar in that way.
girl, it's Faye Dunaway meets Julie Christie. Like you are from a different time, but you should watch it. Like
Yeah, I will. I'll watch it
you
for the
should,
next one.
You
Definitely.
get at the end of the show, Shannon, you have a meeting where you and Eddie go at it in the scene. You know what I'm talking about? Then like the second to last episode where like a guy dies and and you go after Eddie and it's such a good scene.
Yeah.
And it's worthy to see, just to say, wow, it's so good. So
I agree. Like I called Shannon, I think a while ago. I think I called you and told you, man, I'm rewatching it. This was like a year ago. And
I think you told Vincent, and he told me. That's
God,
pretty sweet.
just incredible. Just
Another
and it was
Vincent.
hard stuff. It was very hard stuff. But man, just like so present, so it was like just old-fashioned good, clean acting. Like it was,
Oh, it's so interesting because that's all I did. Like I just approached as an actor. I didn't really know executives. You said something to me about directing today. I could never direct a show. I could direct a play, but I couldn't direct. I didn't like Nestor's very aware of where cameras are and setups and shots. I just never, I was just, I mean, maybe it's also, I was starting the beginning of my life, I was getting married and like the real life. And so it was just purely acting for me.
If I may give a compliment to your husband on his directing style, when I watch him, it reminds me of there's another director who typically did comedies, though, Mark Buckland, and I always loved his directing style, very sweeping, with the camera moves, like solid camera moves, and always following the actors, and it feels like that. And I just you feel like
So
he immerses the characters into everything. Well done.
yeah,
he's a good actor's director too. I think the actors really like him because he knows what it's like to be on a set with nothing, right? And you
yeah.
don't, no feedback or can you cry now? Like he would never, it's like, well, what made you feel that? Or he'll come at it from an acting perspective, which is really nice. Yeah.
Well, we definitely hope you
You'll
come
love
back
it. Thank you
again.
for saying that.
You're welcome. We hope you come back again. We'd love to have you on here more. Specifically, I know there's some episodes that are specific to you. So we hope you can watch those
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yes. I told
next.
you my terrible story, right?
No,
About when we were at the Emmys and we met Jamie Lee Curtis and I what's her husband's name again? Um
Um,
Harry Shearer,
yeah, all I could think of was Spinal
no,
Tap.
no, Spinal Tap. Yeah. Anyways, that guy.
yeah,
But
Harry Shearer, yeah,
no,
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 it's not.
not Harry Shearer.
Very,
it's
It's
not it's not Harry
uh
Shearer.
uh,
oh, see, as you get older, no names come to you. But anyway, I thought he was the guy that did you remember when I went crazy, and I had a man took me and it was a Claire episode.
no.
Oh,
Three Faces of Claire, right?
Yeah.
yes,
Oh, yeah,
Three
yeah,
Faces
yeah,
of
yeah.
Claire. I thought the guy who played the other guy, the character I was working off of was her husband, but it was so I said, I worked with your husband. He's
Oh,
great. And she's like, well, what on? And I'm like, oh, the Invisible Man. He was great. I just love working with him. I feel like his name's David. David
Christopher
somebody.
Guest. I just looked it up.
Christopher
Christopher
Guest.
Guest.
Sorry,
Thank
yeah.
you.
I swear I thought
Oh my
and
God.
the actor is somebody else with Guest as the last name. So Nessa was
Not
Oh,
Nigel Tufnell.
like,
Oh,
did you really work with him? I said, I thought I did. And then I look it up and it's a completely other actor. And she's
oh.
so confused. And I'm like, no, I never worked with your husband. So embarrassing.
crazy.
I think I thought even at the time it was Christopher Guest.
I love it.
That's crazy.
All
Yeah.
right, guys, we're gonna wrap this up then. I want to tell everybody thank you for being here. And next week, anybody that's watching this, please like, subscribe, share, tell your family. We're looking for more i-maniacs. We know you're out there, and come on, join the conversation. We had no fan questions this week, which is surprising. I was hoping to have some, but if you've got anything you want to send in the questions. This is the perfect place to ask. So, but yeah, thank you everybody for being here this week, and I look forward to the next one.
All right, Ed, thank you so much. Mike, great seeing you. Shannon, thank you for coming. You know you're welcome always. We'll keep you in the loop. So whenever you want to come, we're here.
Yes, great. Thank you. Thanks, Ed, for doing this.
You're
Great.
very welcome. Stay with me, guys.
Okay. See you.
Big thanks to everyone for watching this week's episode. Be sure to tune in next week for the next episode. And remember, if you have any questions for the cast, any comments about the episodes upcoming, be sure to send them to us in DM, email, whatever you want to do. We're all over the social channels. You drop us a message and we can get it out there. And if you wish to submit a video, you can as well. Absolutely free. There is no Patreon. There is no charge. All you need to do is just be a part of the show. And we're really happy to have you. Till then, we'll see you next week.